Welcome to Cavaliers Daily, presented by FanArt. I'm your host, Paul Williams. Appreciate you joining today, and you have found your one-stop shop for everything Cavaliers related, the good, the bad, the ugly, the confusing, to things other places might not talk about. We'll talk about it here, and today we're going to start off with something interesting to, I'm sure, many basketball fans, especially if you're a gamer at all as well. The NBA 2K26 player ratings have dropped recently, and it's a big discussion. The players take it seriously. A lot of fans take it seriously. So it's definitely something fun to at least look into and talk about, especially in the off season, with not a ton other stuff going on. So to get into the Cavs ratings, these ratings are 1 to 100, but basically it's between 60 and 99. You'll rarely see a 99 or a 100. It's usually if they're honoring someone or it's a special card you can get. But for the most part, you're going to get your stars in the 90s, maybe upper 80s, superstars mid to upper 90s, which only has a few guys in that class. Obviously, the top rated guys overall in the NBA are Giannis, Jokic, and SGA. They're all rated 98. Our top dog is, you guessed it, Donovan Mitchell, coming in at 93 overall, which is tied for 10th among the entire NBA. I think that's pretty fair. Some names around him I could see him being a little higher than, but 93 is not a bad rating, I don't think, for Donovan, given his peers and what others are rated. I think they got that one pretty close. We have Evan Mobley coming in as an 89, which puts him around the 25th highest rated player in NBA 2K. I don't agree with that. I don't think there's 25 guys better than Evan Mobley right now today. So I think they're kind of underrating him with that rating. That's something I'll get into a little bit more with my ratings. Coming in next, Darius Garland with an 87. He's hovered around the 86 to 88, 89 mark for a while now. 87, I guess, is fair enough given some of the injury struggles he went through to end last year. It didn't end on a good note. I do believe if he finished the season healthy and continued what he was doing for most of the season, I do think he'd be closer to where Evan's at, maybe an 88. Then we got Jared Allen coming in at an 84 overall, dropping from an 86 last season. Don't get the Jared Allen respect. I just don't think an 84 is really representative of what Jared Allen is and what he brings to the table. Maybe on this Cavs team, he doesn't always get to show all he can do, but I do think Jared Allen is a heck of a player, and I don't know. I see him as a little higher than an 84 overall. Some may disagree with that, but that's just where I'm at with it. If you do have a different opinion on him or anyone else, I would love to see it in the comments. Next up for the Cavaliers, we have DeAndre Hunter, the final guy above 80 for the Cavs with an 81. DeAndre's an interesting study because he has been in spots and in roles that I think didn't always suit him. So it was hard to gauge what type of player he truly is. He got a lot of opportunity last year to begin the season in Atlanta and showed what he could do with it, leading the NBA in bench scoring and looking well on his way to Sixth Man of the Year award. So that's another one I think could be a little higher, but we'll talk more about that. Next we have, I'll give you the next three. We have Max Strus at a 79, Lonzo Ball at a 78, and Larry Nance at a 77. I think those are fair enough. I might tick Lonzo Ball up a bit, maybe Larry Nance a 78. Heck, I'd be okay if they were all 78 all around, all three of them, but I'd also be okay if they were all 79s. Struess and Lonzo, I think, have a ceiling of getting up to 80, 81. Really, Lonzo might be able to get higher than that. But yeah, Struess is 79 right now. Lonzo is 78. Larry Nance is 77. And rounding out our top 10 guys, the main rotational guys, we have Dean Wade and Sam Merrill. Sam Merrill, fresh off his new 4-year contract, is a 75. I don't agree with that. That's probably because he just hasn't had a chance to show it so much on the national stage. But Sam Merrill is a real bench piece. He could be a contributor on a championship level team, which he is right now. So I don't like the 75 for Sam Merrill, but it is what it is. Dean Wade, 74. I'll take it, I guess. Same with Craig Porter Jr. and Jalen Tyson. They both rounded out at 74s as well. So those are what the NBA 2K decision makers think about our Cleveland Cavaliers as far as player ratings go. Now, what do we think about our Cleveland Cavaliers as far as player rating goes? For me personally, Donovan will start straight from the top. I'm putting him at a 94. I only see 7 guys clearly better than him in the NBA right now. You can make an argument for another couple, but you can also make an argument he could be above anyone outside of those top 3 right now. So I think a 94 would be fair. Evan Mobley, this isn't just a homer thing, but I do think he should be a 91, I'd say. He was an 89, so I don't think I'm saying anything too crazy. I do think he was underrated at 89. That is a rating of an all-star type player, a lower-end all-star type player. I see guys like Ja Morant at 91, Devin Booker at 91, Karl Anthony Towns, Joel Embiid, and Cade Cunningham at 92, Jalen Williams at 90, Trae Young at 90, Kyrie at 90. If you can put Evan Mobley against those guys and tell me those guys are for sure better than Evan Mobley, you got it. I won't say any more, but I don't think that's the case. And I think Evan Mobley should be, honestly, if Cade Cunningham is getting a 92, I think a 91 is being very fair for Evan Mobley. So that's where I would put him. As far as Darius Garland goes, he had an 87. I'd keep him right around his rating right now. I'd have him at an 87 for Darius Garland. So many questions around him. If he was coming in healthy, maybe 88. If it was mid-season last year with how he was playing, maybe an 89. I mean, shoot, maybe a 90 because I think Darius Garland at his best has been better than Ja Morant for long, long stretches in their careers. And Morant is a 91, so definitely could see Garland getting up to 89, maybe 90, pushing it. But right now at 87, I think is fair. Jared Allen, 86. I don't think he fell off any from last year. If anything, he got a little better. It's not his fault that he plays with a lot of great players, so he's not going to always put up crazy numbers. But Jared Allen is a top 7 center at worst, I think, in the NBA. And I think an 86 is fair. I don't think that's doing too much by any means. DeAndre Hunter, they gave him an 81. I'd give him an 82. So I guess not much of an argument there, but I would bump him a little bit. Now, there's going to be a few changes with the next group of guys. Max Strus at 79. I'm putting him at an 80. He's been a consistent starter for one of the best teams in the league for a couple years now. He showed that he can step up in big moments in the playoffs. He shoots lights out, and he does play defense. So, given all those factors, I'm giving him an 80. I'm bumping Lonzo Ball up to a 80 as well. I know the injuries have just taken him off a cliff in his career, but he was healthy last year for a good chunk of the season. He should be healthy going into this season. And healthy Lonzo Ball is at minimum an 80, period. I mean, if he was fully healthy and we can guarantee 60, 70 games this year, I'd give him an 83, to be honest with you. I think he'll be one of the best bench players, if not the best bench player in the league this year, health permitting. So I do see Lonzo ticking up into the 80s. And quote me, remember I said that. It's going to happen. Larry Nance, 77 is fine. Sam Merrill, 77, 78 for sure. He's the same level of role player as Larry Nance, which is a valuable contributor. And I think that's at least a 77 in my eyes. Dean Wade, he was a 74. We could keep him there. Craig Porter, 74. Maybe bump him up to a 75. And actually, Dean Wade is 75 too, because Dean Wade, when healthy, he does make an impact as well. And then the last one, Jalen Tyson. After the Summer League performance, I'd bump him to 75, but not too much of a difference. So I guess we're pretty close as far as comparing the ratings I just gave to the 2K ratings, but there are some differences, and I think the biggest one is Evan Mobley. They need to get him in that top 15 to top 18 range ASAP, and I think once the season starts and Evan Mobley continues his dominant ways of last season, he will get into the 90s pretty quickly. Now to switch gears a little bit before we wrap up the show, the NBA Cup groups have been announced. The in-season tournament is all set to start group play in the last week of October. The Cavs are in the East Group A. There are 6 groups, and those 6 group winners, along with 2 wild cards, will make it to the next round, the knockout round, which culminates in those 4 winners heading to Vegas for 2 more games. Well, if you win 2 more games, the semifinals and then the championship. The Cavs are in a group with the Toronto Raptors, Indiana Pacers, Washington Wizards, and Atlanta Hawks. The Cavs are clearly big favorites in that group, and I think they'll make their way out of that group this year. Last year, during the Cup, it just didn't seem like that was really a big thing on their mind. They were streaking for a few of the games. They were just coming off the winning streak. And, I mean, they were setting historic records. And the NBA Cup just seemed kind of meaningless last season. But I do see the Cavs at least going 3-1 in this group. I mean, Toronto, if they're healthy, they might be a play-in type team. Same with Indiana without Halliburton. They'll probably struggle to make the play-in. Washington is Washington. And Atlanta, I feel like, has been a little overrated this offseason. So don't see anything stopping the Cavs except for their willingness to care enough to go for it. But if the Cavs do really go for it, I do see them getting out of this group. They'll face the Raptors first, then the Wizards, followed by the Pacers, and wrap it up with the Hawks. So I think they should be 3-0 going into that Hawks game. And maybe that's for the group winner, or maybe the Cavs already have it wrapped up. But even if the Cavs do win the NBA Cup, does that really matter to you that much? The NBA Cup is now in its 3rd year. The previous 2 winners were the LA Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks. Neither of those teams advanced past the first round of the playoffs the year they won that NBA Cup. So I don't know how meaningful it is. There's been a lot of discussions about, do you hang a banner for that? Does it add to your legacy as far as someone like LeBron with the Lakers? And I just don't think we're there yet. I'm not mad at the NBA for trying new things and giving this a chance, seeing if it could bring more interest to some of the dog days of the regular season, but just don't know if there's enough buy-in yet. I don't think it matters enough yet for the guys to take it as seriously as you would like, and because of that, I just can't get too excited about it. I'll give up ever winning an NBA Cup for a finals run this year. I'm focused on late April, May, and June. A December tournament just doesn't excite me, but that's just me. You may be different. Would love to hear your opinion. You could drop it down low. And yeah, with that goes the show. Another episode is in the books. I appreciate you if you lasted this long. And please like, subscribe, and check back tomorrow as there will be a new video. Thank you and have a great day.